back to Living Life with FND. I'm Sarah, and I have been riding the waves with Functional Neurological Disorder, or FND for short, since August of 2023. If you are new here, go and check out my earlier videos for more information about FND and my journey. I hope you are all doing awesome today. Viewer discretion is advised. My videos may include sensitive topics that could be triggering. Trigger warnings, or TW, will be displayed in the video, listed in the description, and included in the transcripts with timestamps below to help you make informed decisions. I'm feeling a little sleepy and need some caffeine, so grab your coffee and snuggle up with your FND blankie. Let's dive into some good old YouTubing. Okay, I will be right back after this quick break. See you in a minute. So I've had to condense my 20-minute plans into just 15. It's been really tricky, but I'm making it work. However, I could really use your help though. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, share. It really helps spread awareness and reach more people about FND. This is hard work, y'all, and your support keeps me energized to keep at it. But it also means the world to me. I really appreciate it. See you in a minute. Hey there. Thank you for waiting on the slowpoke. Okay, let's rock and roll. All right. This is going to be very difficult for me to talk about, but I need to get it out there to free myself. And who knows, maybe sharing this story will help someone out there too. Maybe in some problems in the world. Although I'm still a professional in the real world, I'm not your professional. The information I share is based on my own opinions, experiences, and research, but it is not intended to replace the guidance of your own healthcare. Always consult with your trusted professionals for advice tailored to your situation. Okay, here we go. So I've been reflecting on the past 30 years. Yes, I am that old. And what do you think? Could these mysterious symptoms have been an early signs of FND? It's frustrating how I get one diagnosis after another, only for them to eventually throw out a theory that covers everything. Yes, I was born with processing issues, a lazy eye, auditory sensitivities, speech difficulties after years of being misdiagnosed and not taken seriously about a female issue I dealt with every day for a decade. I later discovered I had a malformation that prevented me from fulfilling my desires to become a mother. I thought surgery would fix it. but it only led to another unreachable second surgery. Fertility treatments of any kind should be accessible as pregnancy care. Then I was diagnosed with FND. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty upsetting to see so many of my dreams crush along the way. I've always had a history of hypersensitivities to medications. Rheumatoid arthritis runs in my family, and I've had joint issues since childhood. 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with mitochondrial disease. Even more recently, I was diagnosed with mast cell activation syndrome, which explains my medication sensitivities, falling asleep everywhere, especially in high school. Now, this chronic itchy skin. When I was first diagnosed with FND in August of 2023, they seemed to like they barely considered my recent psych medication changes, allergies, or my recent fall, all listed in my records. No one seemed to ask questions. I'm still struggling physically, unable to get the therapy I need, and often bedridden most days. It should have been a simple hospital stay. Get the professional help for my mental health, and while being supervised, considering I have some serious medication sensitivity issues. Then move on with adulting. At the moment, I also never thought about my history with complex PTSD or my recent psych medications causing me to randomly and periodically collapse. Let's be frank, my belly flopping on the sidewalk in July had no correlation with my collapsing issue with the psych medication. The sidewalks on that street desperately need repairs. I wasn't distracted. It was just a beautiful sunny day for a power walk and handling some new business affairs. Life was going pretty great. Then, boom. I don't remember hitting my head when I fell, but looking back, the whiplash might have caused a concussion. At the time, I only felt the pain in my battered knees and didn't even think about getting my head checked. To this day, my knees still hurt from that fall. Nor did I think at the time that any of these could have contributed to my dysregulation for 2 months. But now I do. Nearly 2 months later, I tried everything to regulate, but something had to give. I was equally disappointed that day when I ran into an ex-therapist. Yes, they were no longer my therapist. Yes, they had their children with them, but they could have still reached out to make sure I was okay, or if I needed help in person, by phone, text, email, something. Plus, they had all my information. It was a little bit disheartening. Even a real conversation with an apology when we would bump into each other in the hallways would have been fantastic. Instead, it's just awkward, silly small talk. Will I still refer to them? Yes. Will I still see them in the future? Yes, possibly. I assumed it was a mental health crisis due to my history of anxiety attacks, complex PTSD, and hypersensitivities to medications. At the time, I thought it was just another anxiety attack that I've had before. Looking back, I wasn't in the greatest state to call 911 or my emergency contacts, and definitely shouldn't have driven myself. I realized I should have gone to a real hospital instead. This hospital was a wee bit closer. I figured I'd be transferred here or another facility anyways. Plus, it's closer if I needed support or a fresh pair of clothes. When I finally got there, it was after hours, and their outside emergency phone was broken. Get that again. Their outside after hours emergency phone was broken. I ended up standing outside for about what seemed like 20 minutes until a staff member walked by. I banged on the window to get their attention, and I was quickly admitted. They told me they were out of beds, but managed to set up a cot on the floor. It looked like a canoe, and would transfer me to the other unit tomorrow. I didn't want to keep my roommates awake, but I was still struggling to regulate. So I sat in a chair out in the unit, quietly in a cycle of sobbing, and the night nurse, we'll just call her Betty. But then that's when things begin to worsen. Well, would you look at that, y'all? Time really flies, trust me, it does, especially on YouTube. I hate to stop here, but I have things to do, and I'm sure you do too. We'll continue this FND journey series in my next video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Love to you all. Hey there, before we dive back into the real world, if you love coffee or tea as much as I do, check out my Amazon wish list in the description below. Send me some goodies, and I'll open them during fan mail. Can't wait to share the love with y'all.